have with us Mr. Ajay Muralidhar. He is Application Head Delivery with RHI Magnesita. Ajay, welcome to In Conversation with Protiviti.
Thank you, Ankit. Pleasure to be here.
So Ajay, you've been through a very large transformation journey, which I'm aware of. Why don't you throw some light about this ERP transformation journey that you've been through for the past 12 months?
So, this ERP transformation is a work in progress. It's not completed yet. But before I actually talk about the ERP journey itself, I must tell you a little bit about our company. Okay, we are RHI Magnesita. We are a global company headquartered out of Europe. We are into refractories manufacturing and services and solutions. For those of you who do not know what refractories are specialized ceramic material that are used in insulation, used for insulation purpose in high heat application, particularly in steel manufacturing, glass manufacturing, cement, other petroleum, oil and gas. You name the sector. In fact, you'll be interested to know that the roti and paratha that you pull out of the tandoor also uses refractory. Right? So, although we do not sell that refractory there, but refractory touches almost everything that you and I use in our daily lives. Okay, so having said that, RHI Magnesita has grown significantly by virtue of not just organic growth, but large inorganic transactions across multiple geographies for a long period now, right? And we have been a legacy SAP shop, right? And for the longest time, we've been on SAP ECC, right? And at this point of time, it is very, very customized and highly complex tool that we are operating. Our business is a sort of a culmination of, as I said, multiple acquisitions that also comes from multiple processes, multiple cultures. And today we are in a situation where we want to take the next big leap in our growth journey, but our processes and our systems were becoming a bottleneck to get into the next stage of our growth. So this is where we decided that not only do we need to build a new ERP tool or a digital tool, we also need to reimagine the way we do our business. So as part of our ECC to S4 transformation, we are also in a very large manner reimagining our all end-to-end business processes, right? You would be surprised to know that in this entire program, we are looking at in excess of close to about 260 odd L3 processes, reimagining them and standardizing them on a global template. And today we are also in a position to say that some of our businesses are very complex. For example, in India, where we have 8 plants, a couple of mines, 70 or 80 odd depots, complex customers like our steel businesses, both in the private as well as the public sector, who have different expectations of how they do business with us, right? So it makes it very complex. So and for businesses such as complex as this, our architecture is for a private cloud, but we are also on public cloud. You will ask why. So it's a very complex and possibly a very unique two-tier architecture that we've imagined over the past several years now. And we have both public and private as a parallel tier with a, let's say, supervisory or what we call the central group steering layer, which is again another S4 layer, right? That consists of MDG. Mm-hmm. Incidentally, MDG we have recently implemented. We would like to sort of harness the thousands and thousands of data that we generate every single transaction, bring in a lot of method to the madness. So we've brought about SAP MDG as our governing tool that sort of connects both our public and private landscapes. So it's a very complex two-tier landscape. We recently went live with the first public cloud implementation in our ecosystem in our manufacturing facilities in Turkey. Turkey, incidentally, is not only just manufacturing, is also mining, one of our largest raw material sources for not just our internal use, but also for the refractory industry in general, comes out of our mines in Turkey. So this is, I think, I'm not sure, but from what I've heard and seen, for SAP public cloud in the mining sector, possibly this could be the first or one of the first implementations with such a complex business case. Our ambition, as I said, is to complete rollout in all our 6 regions. That would encompass roughly about 120 odd countries where we do business in, across about 55 or 60 manufacturing plants, about 8 or 10 mines, and countless number of depots. Right, so both at the customer location as well as our own warehouses. So you name the SAP product, we are using it at this point in time, right? So starting from, let's say, success factors for our HR management systems, for SAP Signavio for our process definition and landscape. We are using SAP Cloud ALM for our project governance and to manage the entire software development lifecycle of SAP. We have WalkMe. I think we'll possibly be one of the very few companies that are actively using WalkMe as a primary training tool. So we're doing a lot of things, and we foresee that this will unlock a lot of value for RHI Magnesita as a company. And yeah, the ride has been exciting.
That's great,
so far.
fairly complex. You also mentioned 260 L4 processes that you are
L3 processes. Yeah.
L3 processes that you are the firm as reimagining. What tool is used for reimagining this 260 L3 processes?
So as I said, our processes are mapped on Signavio.
Okay.
And we are trying to sort of integrate Signavio to Calm, but that is not done yet. Right, that is a work in progress. I do know that SAP, I think, has some examples of doing it, although we would like to be successful in this. What we've done is when we decided that we need to go for a complete rehaul of our entire business processes, every single process starting from the L2 to level 2, level 3, level 4, in some cases up to level 6, right, was deeply discussed. There were a lot of workshops that was conducted that involved, I think, thousands and thousands of man hours across seniority levels within the organization, starting right from our chief executive to the executive team, regional presidents, and also the leadership teams across different functions, right? And every single business case across every region was collected and analyzed, and we tried to sort of bring that to a common global template. Having said that, we are also aware of the fact that once we get into regional rollouts, there will be a lot of local level localizations, regional localizations that we'll be compelled to do. We are open to do that as well, but we are going to have a very, very strong governance to maintain this localization and customization. In the public cloud, of course, absolutely no custom or changes in the template. But I'm happy to announce, even on the private side, our adherence to standard is as high as 90%, 96%.
Oh, that's great.
95 to 96%. Perhaps only in the lead to cash function, our standardization is roughly in the range of 90 or 93%. But across all other end-to-end functions, we've stuck to the clean core concept. So it's exciting, it's challenging, it's not been easy, right? But we are getting there. As I said, we went live with our first public instance in Turkey in December last year. We are in the process, we are just on the cusp of going live with our first private instance in North America, in US and Canada.
You mentioned global template. Your global template is common for both public and private?
Where it can be. We do understand the public cloud at this point in time comes with a set of limitations. So wherever those limitations were faced, we've been pragmatic, and we've tried to adhere to whatever is available within the public cloud instance. But truth be said, SAP also works very closely with us, and we are working with them on multiple topics where we can add to the functionalities in the public cloud landscape as well. For example, tax engine integration in public cloud. It's not available across all locations, right? It's a very complex topic. So SAP has been gracious enough to work with us on this topic, and we are going to do a proof of concept very soon in one of our rollout locations. Similarly, on the intercompany transactions that we have, right? So there are a lot of custom solutions that we had to build on BTP, right? So that again, we have collaborated quite a bit with SAP on bringing that to life. So our engagement with SAP has been very close. So whatever limitations that public cloud throws at us, or even private cloud throws at us, so we're working very closely with the product teams in SAP. Given that we are a company based in Austria and have had long relationships with SAP, both in Austria as well as in their headquarters in Waldorf, it works to our advantage that we can have this collaboration.
Awesome, great Ajay, and I wish you all the best for this interesting and challenging journey. I'm sure this would be a substance of reference for all the large enterprises across the globe. Very interesting story, Ajay. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you, Ankit. Thank you very much.